Hello everyone, this is Rick with whatdosiPaddo.com, and that's the question: what does your iPad do? It does a lot of things. A lot of things you might expect it to do: check email, surf the web, and all that kind of stuff, and other things that maybe you weren't aware that it can do, or you wanted to do with it but you weren't sure how to make it happen. And if you're like me, you realize that you didn't get a user manual, really, with the iPad. You get a little card that kind of tells you how to start it up, and then that's it. And you'd have to go and download one from the web. If you look down in the comments section just below this video, you'll see I've got a link through to a website where you can get some video instruction, if that's something you might find helpful. I know that I find visual instruction often more helpful than reading a manual. So let me show you a situation that I ran into actually pretty quickly. I realized that this would be a good teaching device. For those of you who teach, maybe you have documents, examples, things that you want to show your students. I often have PDFs of various things. One of the things I do teach is music, so I'll have music scores that I might want to show them. And I came across the problem of not knowing how to save a PDF onto the iPad. This is easy. If you have a desktop, you can just save it onto someplace on your hard disk, onto the desktop. It will open. If you have a Mac, it'll open with Preview, or you can use Adobe Reader on whatever platform you're on. But it doesn't work that way here. So let me open a browser here. This is a website that I use for finding public domain music scores. And over here, I've got this already loaded in just to save us a little bit of time. I've got a score that is loaded in, and I can just browse through it. This is just downloaded from the internet, and what happens is, you can see I'm on page 8 of 14. It goes blank because it doesn't load everything in, and you've got to actually let it download. Now, that's not a problem if you've got a 3G connection or you're in a place with Wi-Fi, but let's say you wanted to save this so you'd have access to it later. Well, that makes things a little bit trickier. So what you've got to do is, and I'm coming back, see it only saves a few pages at a time, so it's got to reload everything at the beginning. And I discovered this just purely by chance. If you click on the document, then you get a little banner, as you can see, that comes up at the top, and it says over here on the right hand side, open an iBook. So I'm going to select that, and it's going to put a bookshelf in front of me, and it's actually downloading this score onto that bookshelf. This is where it saves PDFs. And we'll let that load. I'm at 2 pages, 3 pages, 4 pages. I've got 14 pages that are going to come in. And you can see I can go across all these pages. They render a little bit and get clearer. And so now this is saved, actually, on the iPad. I don't have to do anything with it. I don't have to worry about being someplace where I don't have a connection. It's just there. And if I click again, let's see on the top, I've got a little thing that says library. Let's select that. And you'll see it's sitting right there on the shelf. And so when I come back, I can just go ahead and start that up again by clicking on it. If I click library, it will go back down. Oh, another thing, we can make it bigger if we wanted to. That's by doing this, right? So anyway, let's go back. There we go. To the library, and let's say I'm done with this. I don't want to keep it on my shelf anymore. I don't want to take up disk space or whatever. So to get rid of it, this is actually, there's no garbage can or anything you can throw it into. You have to go over to the corner where it says edit. This is really not terribly intuitive. Then you select whatever file it is, and there's a little check mark, and you click delete, and it will ask you if you want to throw it away. So yes, I do. I'll click delete, and then bye-bye, it's gone. So, in a nutshell, that's how you deal with PDFs on an iPad. It's quite a bit different than working with the desktop or laptop computer. Hope that was useful to you. Feel free to check out my website, whatdosiPaddo.com, or you can go ahead and click the links just underneath this video, and that'll take you there as well. Okay? Thanks for watching.